On the way to the airport.
So excited.
Taking our family trip this year, and we're headed to Colorado. This is Ellie's first time flying in a plane and her first time seeing snow. So should be fun. We're going to see some cool sights, explore the mountains. We're going to Estes Park to see the Stanley Hotel. We're going to Denver. We're going to Manitou Springs. We're going all over the place, and we're taking you along for the ride. We're through security. Let's go. The best way to start any vacation, airport chilies. Cheers to vacation. So how's your airport experience so far, ma'am?
Amazing. We made it.
We're on.
So what do you do, Pine?
The safety officer is cleaning my my tray table.
Thank you, baby.
Look at the service on this flight.
But in a water landing, forward door slides detached from the aircraft and serve as extra flotation.
It's late. We're tired. We got a fantastic feast from McDonald's. So
his first Uber Eats experience.
Yeah, we're gonna hit the hay, and we'll catch you guys in the morning. Where are we? Nicky's Motor Lodge. Pretty cool place.
Upgraded us to a cabin.
Cabin number 1. Fireplace is cool. It's got a big porch. I'll show you tomorrow. The bedrooms are cool too. Very log cabin. And we'll give you a quick tour real fast. Pretty cool.
Do I know my husband or what?
Pretty cute. Nice and cozy. They even give you toothbrushes and stuff. Alright, see you in the morning. What do we got?
Mountain.
Oh, that's a view. Oh, look at the sun just peeking at the top of the mountains. That's cool. Little snow on the hillside. Time to fire up my best friend. Time for a sunrise and a quick cup of coffee, and we're headed into Estes Park to go see the Stanley Hotel. Some fun facts: the Stanley Hotel is where they filmed The Shining, and it was the same place they used in Dumb and Dumber for the race you to the top scene at the fancy hotel at the end. Also, it's the same guy that came out with the Stanley steam engine, so they got some stuff for that in the museum, and a bunch of Stephen King stuff, because gotta make money off that. Check that out. Just remember the sign says, look, but don't touch. Look, the tail light is just a lamp that would glow and light up. Cool. Oh, there you go. Right to the top. Aspen, where the beer flows like wine. The Stanley is definitely a spot worth checking out. Not just for the movie stuff and all that, but it's just a beautiful hotel. The intricate details and all the woodworking and the ceilings and everything is just really elaborate. It's a very expensive place. We looked at trying to stay there for a night, but elected for the cheaper Mickey's Motor Lodge option, which also is really nice and I recommend. It was a good budget, and it was a nice place, especially if you got a family, because there was plenty of room. But it is hard to beat the looks of this place.
Chandeliers, those are pretty. I like that. Oh, and the crown.
Fancy.
Billiards.
Can't buy that at Sears. That is a killer view. The Stanley Hotel. I feel so fancy. Let's see if we can find those two little kids that wanted to play. They came into the maze. Come play with us. Pretty cool. The hedge maze at the Stanley Hotel. It's actually not as cold as I thought it was going to be. It's like in the 30s right now. I'm just wearing my thin jacket I only wore to have at the airport in Jacksonville.
Is this the right way?
Yep, that's it. Nailed it. It's supposed to get cold tonight though. What was the weather tonight? Like 9 degrees? Oh, 7. Excellent. It's a good number.
The low is going to be -3.
What a beautiful hotel. I may have cheated a little. Yeah. Found their pool. It's
Boarded up.
not open.
Dang it.
I recorded this time lapse way too fast, but we hit the road after the Stanley, went through a couple little ghost towns that turned into casino towns like Black Hawk on our way to our next stop for lunch, which was Idaho Springs. Saw this on the road and we had to pull off and stop. This thing is super cool. Look at that thing. Ellie, you can fit inside that bucket. So we did a lot of driving on this trip. And one thing that I would highly recommend if you're going to plan a trip like this is rent a car and enjoy the experience. And when we mapped everything out, we did it in advance, and I turned off highways and went through all the back roads that we could. And granted, there's a couple spots we went to that you didn't have a choice but to take a highway, but even the highways in Colorado are beautiful. But the backwoods are cool because you got to see all kinds of different stuff, like that cool big excavator thing that was in that last clip. That was also used to dig the Panama Canal, which is pretty cool. It's just little things like that that you pick up and see on the side of the road that make the experience. waterfall's frozen over. That's wild. Gonna go grab some lunch in Idaho Springs. Westbound and down at the Buffalo. What do you think?
I like
Happy to be back.
Yeah, pretty cool.
it. Purple for my unicorn.
Dig this place.
Good. Cold.
Who's hungry?
Me. So now we
All
can
right.
all say we've had beer cups on this trip because I had my orange juice.
Cheers, guys. To vacations.
I'm sorry.
Chicken fingers and coleslaw.
Tomato bisque.
Tomato bisque with croutons. We got fancy mac and cheese. Philly cheesesteak.
That's amazing. I'm happy.
All right, is that a good lunch or what? That was very enjoyable. Thank you, westbound and down. Also, that place has a super, super cool bar. I snagged a picture of it, but there was a bunch of people sitting around, so I didn't want to take video. But the bar is super cool. It's like an old, historic looking oak bar.
And get the Philly, it's really good.
Yeah, Philly cheesesteak, pretty solid. Tomato bisque wasn't bad either. All right, let's do some gold mine and tunnel touring. This place is super cool.
Hashtag urban exploring.
It's urban exploring, except legal, and you have to pay for it. But we're gonna go on this tour. It's pretty cool. I guess we get to go into some of the mines. We also get to go into the tunnel, apparently. Looks pretty neat.
Let's do this thing. Gold nuggets. Silver nuggets.
Look at that.
Fancy. All right, let's do this thing. Big old air compressors for the mine.
Years prior to that, on purpose, we sent all of the acidic mine drainage to the creek. Yes. Now,
You don't touch and taste it, but that's cool.
Some nice toxic waste, Check it out.
Wait, that was also in the video.
This is the
It's
runoff, the discharge from all the old flooded mine shafts. So this water's tainted with a bunch of heavy metals and toxins that were mined and pumped out of these things.
through the mountain, upticks our volume a little bit, but we really are getting. So do you play any sports, or do you have any hobbies or anything in
I do
Florida?
gymnastics.
Oh yeah.
I used to do ballet, tap, and jazz.
Wow, you and my daughter, pretty. How old are you?
8.
Oh, these brown-eyed girls running the world here, huh?
That's right. So that tunnel was used as a drainage and supply tunnel for all the other neighboring mines and mine shafts. And they would pump all the water out of the flooded and wet mines. And they had a catastrophic failure. And all of this stuff came blasting out of that mine at about 100 miles an hour from the water pressure.
By
Yeah,
water?
that's wild.
And like I said, these are 2-ton mine cars. Even if they weren't loaded, 2 tons at 100 miles an hour plus is forced by water is pretty impressive.
That looks like a giant chunk of like an engine. Is
Yes,
that like
it is. It
pistons
is
in
the
there?
lead- well, not only this, but this is the lead engine that would have been the very first one essentially out. Yeah.
Where'd they find it?
Oh my gosh. Go on in, girlfriend.
I like how she just went for it.
Right, number 2. There's a big open door. Seems like we should go in it.
Cool.
All right, welcome to the mill. All right, Elliot, you're gonna head down, go there, and then head down towards the alley. Okay, buddy?
All right, see you later.
Bye. Watch your step there. There's a little bump. Yeah.
Cool.
Stop.
We're gonna talk about the stamp room here. Welcome to the stamp room. All the stamp mill. We have a little mock-up here, and I'll try to run it for you after I talk, okay? All right. And we tried the ceiling.
Wow.
And the structure of the stamp is braced to the structure of the mill with these. So those 3 poles are for this stamp set, and then those 3 poles are for that stamp set.
So this is a tiny baby model.
Yeah, this is
Yes.
a low guy.
Are you ready? Here we go. Those are coffee cans and 2x4s, and 2 aren't working. So the immense sound generated from a stamp this size and or a mill this size is truly deafening.
I love this so much. By the way, are these signs the original signs?
They are, and because we are a historic site, we can't take things out of here. Like, it has to kind of remain the same.
That's so cool though.
So it has been reconfigured probably 3 times since the mid-70s to accommodate guided walking tours and self-led walking tours. So
But everything's still here.
everything
That's
else is
cool.
Pretty much original, yeah. Rules about safety.
Those are the people that yell at me when I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing, right?
He's in full build.
And you'll be in a world of ocean. My husband also.
Yeah.
He's an electrician.
Yeah.
So this is the pre-OSHA staircase, guys.
Oh, I like it.
It's so amazing. Now we have a handrail. It's a game changer.
Oh, sweet.
Good deal. I don't think I will, but I've done it before. All right, so now we're going to take that small grade rock produced by the stamp. 4 heavy steel plates over and over and over. That small grade rock produced by the stamp, crushing it, grinding it, crushing it down to a fine dust.
The wishing well.
Yeah, but there's no boards in Colorado that shop cans. No. What it is a 30-pound ball bearing used to crush rock.
30.
But there was 200 to 300 of them inside
Wow.
this tube mill that sat right here. So you place that. So that's the crusher we use, not that Arrastra.
Yeah, you said it. That was what they use instead of that one way up there, right?
Yeah, that Arrastra is just a nice an example of a crusher. Our crusher would have been monstrous. We had a tube mill. This one's conical. That doesn't really matter. There's still 200 to 300 ball bearings in there, rolling around with small grade rock, falling on that rock and pulverizing it into a fine dust. So this is our fuselage for that Westinghouse hydroelectric AC system. The GEM hydroelectric plant, what is that, right at the big bend of the creek, just east of town. This is 2-phase knob and tube. My husband told me to say that. He came in one day and was trying to go tell me all of that. I said, no, I don't have room in my brain for this. I'll remember a couple things, but anyways, so the story goes, Westinghouse. So this is just an example of the trough system that we use to move that crushed up rock and slurry all over the complex. You know, we tried to move to a pipe system to carry that slurry. That's it, right? That's the best lock you can buy, a drill bit.
Yeah, that's serious safety, security.
And then this map here just shows all the mines and claims from 1902 in that 3-mile snapshot that we're treating now. So our treatment area is about this 3-mile snapshot. Here's our tunnel, and there's the treatment facility right there. So through a series of pumps and tubes, we're trying to capture as much of this runoff and get it down to the treatment facility here.
Jeez.
But yeah, over 3,500 mines and claims in just that tiny little snapshot.
Cool. Man, those are some big old ones, huh? Cool.
Put your hat light on.
Put my hat light on. What are we checking out? What's in there? All right, let's go this way then. Cool.
Okay, this part's my greatest fear.
The floor moves around, huh?
Yes. Wow.
Ooh. Here, let me turn this off. Cool.
That's so cool. Look at the pink one. And then the green one is still bright. I'd drink that one if I were you. Muriatic acid. Poison. Bruh. That one's poison.
That's cool. Huh?
Poison.
Yeah, they're all poisons. Well, they're all chemicals.
Charcoal.
A lot of chemicals are poisonous. The Argo Mill was definitely a cool spot, and I would 100% recommend checking it out if you're anywhere near Idaho Springs, Colorado. It was fun for us as adults, and it was really fun for kids as well. They were really informative, and they made it interesting. Definitely worth the stop. Looks like some Mad Max stuff. Now we're back on the road again and headed to our next overnight stop at the Green Bridge Inn, which is in Red Cliff, Colorado. Stumbled onto this place. It's in a cute, tiny little town, not too far from Leadville, which is where we needed to be the next morning. So that's why we landed on that. Pretty cool little spot, but we had about 100 miles to put down to get there.
letting you know so we didn't.
Wait. 2 minutes. Oh, 1 minute. Okay.
Okay, the other road would have taken you here too.
Oh.
It looks like.
This road's way better.
This is fun though. Pretty bright. Chains.
Is that it down there?
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Oh, babe.
Do we have traction here?
Yeah. There it is right there.
In 800 feet, turn right onto Water Street.
Please tell me our balcony's not the one that's filled with snow.
Well, I don't think we have a balcony.
Oh. Okay.
Take the next right onto Water Street, then your destination will be on the right.
Because we had last I don't know.
And there's mangoes.
Perfect.
And there's us.
This is so cool.
Oh my gosh. I feel like I'm in a Hallmark movie sound. Like, this is awesome.
Your destination is on the right.
This is
I can't get over this.
Little post office. What do you think? The Green Bridge Inn. The Green Bridge was actually pretty cool. And there's some fresh snow. I apologize in advance for this impending motion sickness.
Okay. We just got here. Lots of snow on the ground. Dirty snow. Very dirty snow. Lots of cuteness. But it gets even cuter right here.
Show them the room.
My stuff. The window. These cool blinds. These
like the light
old-fashioned. Yeah.
Those are really cool.
My bed.
2 double beds.
Their
I
bed.
think my favorite's the wood paneling.
The closet. With the little tray up there. Lamps. Phone and all the extra stuff. Oh, and don't worry, the room doesn't come with that. We bought that. Comes with this.
Show them the bathroom area. The bathroom's nice.
Yeah, the bathroom's really pretty.
I love the floor.
Oh yeah, the floor's pretty cool. Got a hanger on the back of the door. So, the sink. We got lotion, makeup remover. Built-in tissues. More of these lights in here. I don't know what that one does. What does this one do? One for the shower. A cool push door. And this fancy toilet. And that's all.
Mango's Restaurant. The only restaurant in Red Cliff, Colorado. So it's the best restaurant in Mango, Colorado. It's snowing. They're trying to catch it. I don't think it's snowing quite enough for that.
Big one. Come on.
It's pretty here though. And Mango's was good. I recommend. Rebecca was awesome. Gonna have to leave her some 5-star reviews. Like and subscribe, right? Alright guys. Let's hit the hotel.
It's
Hotel,
cold.
motel.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, it's on my arm. It's on my
There's snow on the car.
I can't reach it.
Almost.
Oh, How's your first snowfall, Ellie?
Good.
Good.
It's pretty serious snow on this thing. So I've been scrubbing on it. Got about 4 inches or so. Pretty sweet. You gonna throw some?
Yeah.
Boy, that's pretty.
Oh my gosh. Wait. This is big.
This is crazy.
That's a lot of snow.
That's the
For sale
road.
by owner.
Lot 5. This is pretty.
Whoa.
Awesome.
This is as good a spot as any. Woohoo! Ah! You got me! We can play in the snow more later, but let's go eat breakfast. Ah! Ah! No. Yeah, this stuff's pretty thick. It's probably a good 6-8 inches thick, so we opted not to go all the way to the parking lot and just park on the shoulder. The old Escape seems capable, but I'm not going to push it. All right, everybody bail in. There's like a mine or something over there. Looks cool. Yeah, very cool architecture on the buildings.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
This whole area is
Yeah, I
right
saw
around
that.
that town of Red Cliff, and while it's small and there wasn't a lot to do, it was a very picturesque town, especially if it's snowing like this. I would definitely come back again. Look at the marquees and stuff on top of the building.
Yeah. I love the old buildings. Look at the iron building, that one to the left.
Sichuan Chinese restaurant. I bet that's good. Antique mall.
Yeah, it'll be up here on the left, it looks like. I can just park wherever.
Best Wild West saloon in America. Is it that cafe there? Yep. Tennessee Pass Cafe. snowing good now. We're gonna go to this place right here. What's it called? Mineral 1886. Get us some breathix. This place is really cool. Alright, we're about to go ride that train. Cool as that. We're gonna be in this one where it's open.
You said you wanted to experience snow.
Just kidding.
Is it even on tracks?
Yeah, it's on track. You're probably covered in snow a little bit. On the train.
Yeah. She's going backwards.
Well, only halfway.
Sides later.
Cute little snowy town. We're moving. All right, folks. Coming in today. Parking lot here. We're going to be passing by an old freight depot on the downhill side. Cool, check this out.
This freight depot used to be the old warehouse up until 1961 when it was converted over to a lumber yard. Now it's been since converted over to
While the scenery was pretty cool, I have to say the Leadville Scenic Railroad is probably the one part of the trip we all agreed we might skip next time. It does take a good chunk of the day, and even though you can go between cars, it was extremely loud, and there was a lot of kids that happened to be yelling and screaming pretty much the entire time on our adventure. So we had some pretty good headaches by the end of it. Luckily, they serve alcohol on board. But this one I'd probably leave out, mostly honestly I think because we were spoiled by all the beautiful roads we drove on through the trip. This would be a lot better if you weren't traveling by car and you wanted to get some scenery without having other transportation. Might as well have a flight while on a train, you know?
here in Colorado.
You want to do a time lapse?
Last year. Also, if you're ever hiking out here in the high country and you forgot your sunscreen, you can wipe your name along the bark of these trees and it the rock cliffs will come within inches of the windows of our train. This discoloration in the rocks is known as lichen. This is a combination of algae and fungus, and it's a delicacy for our mountain goats. So yeah, they'll make their way up here on the mountainside just to have dinner. And back to the downhill side next to the road down below here. This is actually the Arkansas River down below. And the beginning or the headwaters of this river start at the base of Arkansas Mountain. And going back into the history about the rail line down below. And the one we're battling on currently. So as I said before, they began construction.
If you were curious about how loud the train car was, here's an unedited clip at full volume. And now back to our serene dub over.
Right now, folks. Looks like it's slightly shaded, but we do get a view of the amphitheater. And in these tracks. And he said maybe we can make a deal. And a deal he made. He bought 8 flat cars, 4 boxcars, 3 caboose, 2 engines, the roundhouse, and the depot. And he bought this entire operation for the incredible price of $10. Yes, folks, you are riding a $10 train today. And this is the most expensive $10 he has ever spent.
And then the train made the same path backwards, back down the hill. So it's a one-way track. So we went all the way to the top. This is where we were stopped at the peak. We saw the snowmobiles coming back, and the screaming got incessantly louder on the return trip. So we're just going to ride back in silence for a few seconds here, and we'll pick up once we get off the train. I don't know. As I watched this footage, it was pretty spectacular view. So if you get a quiet car on a not so busy day, maybe I'd give it another go round. But I would avoid weekends because the cars are loud even when there's not people yelling and screaming on them. This guy knows the deal. Look at that. He's got an old Dodge D100. There's two dent sides parked side by side. An old town car, a square body. This guy's got it going on.
Did I just blow through a stop sign?
Probably.
Nope, I didn't.
Jamaica man. Yeah, man. Oh yeah, this is where we ate breakfast. So, as long as we turn left, it won't do the 38-minute route.
Yeah.
It's just, we just detoured a little.
Take the next left onto Harrison Avenue.
So this is the building that was the, or no, the building in front of this was the hospital. That's where we ate breakfast, and that's a hotel.
The Delaware, yeah, that we really wanted to stay at, but it was super expensive.
Maybe. Kayla's driving. And it's
Fine,
snowing.
everything's fine. Let's remember to go up those rapids.
Yeah.
Don't cry while driving. Don't cry while driving. It's so pretty.
Back into the snow. Another night destination, the Outlook Lodge. Let's give you guys a look around. This place is really cool. So you come in, they got all these stained glass windows everywhere. Little seating area up front. It's kind of set up like a bed and breakfast, except no breakfast. So we've got a suite that's off the main building, and we've got our own spot that's a mess right now because we just dropped all our bags. But it's got a full living room, TV, little coffee bar. It's a pull-out sofa. There's a Kayla.
Hi.
So, queen bed. Pretty nice bathroom. Nice tile work. Big shower. Very cool. Closet with robes. Gotta have the robes.
And lantern.
Yeah, and a lantern, I guess, for if the power goes out, I suppose. But the really cool thing is, since it's kind of like a bed and breakfast, they have a shared common area. But since there's a snowstorm right now and most people are not crazy enough to be here, we're the only ones in this building. So we've got this dining area with a gas fireplace, which is super nice and cozy. It's got a like a full kitchen in here. I don't know where the light switch is for this room. No, it's not that one. Anyway, there's a kitchen. Take my word for it. There's an extra bathroom. There's a full laundry with 2 washers and 2 dryers in here. And all the fixings, so you can do some laundry if you're on a long trip. Pretty cool.
Doesn't open?
That's a storage closet. Then you get this little living room area with this big long bench seat going across. Some lounge chairs. Cool lighting.
Little wood table.
Yeah, fancy wood stuff. There's a little wine bar with some glasses and stuff in there.
Puppy.
And this is cool outside. Of course, it's all snowed over. There's a fire pit area, a little seating wall, a bunch of chairs and stuff surrounded by all those fir trees. Very cool. But it's a little cold for that. It is like 3 degrees right now.
Yeah.
So we're going to skip that part. But very neat, very cozy little place. They have a bunch of different size options for suites and stuff. I saw there's a sign here. There's the family suite is upstairs. So I guess it's like the whole upstairs is a family guest suite, room 2. But very cool. So we're in room 1. And I like it. It's pretty nice. We're going to go grab some dinner at Wines of Colorado. And then we're going to have a glass of wine by the fire and kick back and relax for. Good morning, everybody. Gonna have a nice fire, play some games, and have some apple pie for breakfast here at the Outlook Lodge. It's a nice snowy day outside. We got a little bit more last night, not much. You can see the car's already mostly thawed out. Temperatures actually come up. It was -7 when we got here last night, and it's 4 degrees right now. But should be some nice snow play day today. What a super cool spot.
Ooh. That looks fun. Besides these.
There's that kitchen in the daytime. Pretty nice. They give you coffee pod, bunch of coffees, teas, things like that. There's paper plates, napkins, cups. There's a fridge if you want to bring your leftovers. They got a microwave, a stove, an oven. I mean, it's a full kitchen. You could definitely do extended stay here. Tons of silverware and all kinds of. I mean, I used a pie cutter this morning for my pie. But definitely an extended stay type place, especially with the laundry and all. But remember, this is communal space that we're in right now. We're fortunate we're the only ones here, so we can treat it like our living room. But really, we're just in this spot here, but still super nice, pretty cozy. There's Kayla. Yeah, you wake up, you look out, and walk out here, and your view is just all these pines and firs just covered in snow. Nice porch with rockers. It's cute. I like it. Yeah, so this place was $245 a night, which really for all the amenities and stuff you get is not that bad. We also found out, but we weren't prepared for it, that the place next door, the Little Beaver Inn, great name, has a hot tub that you can use even if you're staying in this building. But we did not bring suits because we knew it was going to be 0 degrees out, and none of the places we stayed at least that I booked, saw that had any indoor pools or hot tubs, so we didn't bother. But good to know for next time, should we come back again. There's also the fire pit area outside, which is cool, and a grill outside. If we wanted to go get some steaks or something, we could have grilled out.
It's going to be a little hard, though, with the snow.
Doing some Scrabble?
Yeah, an anagram.
Sweet. All the snow falling down from the trees. This is the view coming down the steps from the lodge. It's beautiful. Look, it's Bigfoot. I found him. We originally stayed in Green Mountain Falls because it was right at the entrance to Pikes Peak. And we were going to drive that as our final big activity on our last full day here. But that didn't quite pan out. So we ended up leaving Green Mountain Falls, and we're taking a impromptu road trip down to Manitou Springs to spend the day out there. Springs.
Here we are, Ellie.
Up in Manitou Springs, named after actual springs. This one's almost froze up. But all this water is actually naturally slightly carbonated, effervescent with minerals in it. So they would use it as like an elixir for ailments. It's like Perrier, but for free. Potent.
It's like lukewarm.
Unchlorinated with high manganese. So they say like long-term exposure to some of the minerals and stuff in it aren't good. But if you're just having a little sip, it's not going to hurt you much.
Now my hands are cold.
Let's give it a try. Zesty.
Feel being all full of manganese.
You can really taste the manganese. It's spicy. All right, we're going to the arcade.
Stay alert, my friend, and laugh heartily and quickly.
My fortune. And we're gonna do Bimbo's 3-ring circus here. That is terrifying. This arcade is super awesome. It's got all these old school pinball and arcade games. I mean, there's 4 rooms full of all these. Really neat. Another one. My phone died, so we spared you the long and probably most boring trek we've done so far into Denver, but even that was a pretty scenic for a highway route. We're going to the Meow Wolf art installation. There's the Mile High Stadium, Empower Field, home of the Denver Broncos. Go Broncos, right?
Go Broncos.
All right, let's check this place out. So this place is kind of hard to explain, so I'm not even going to try. But if you are ever in Denver and you're into art or crazy stuff like this at all, you have to go see this. This was one of the most mind-blowing experiences, and we took this trip actually a couple months ago now, and Ellie still talks about it at least once a week. What do you think, Al?
It's mysterious.
So the main theme of this place, from what I could gather, is it's how all your memories are stored in funky different ways in your brain. And this is kind of the conglomeration of all of your different thoughts and memories. Room is a weird carnival. Go ahead. Whoa. Spin, 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 spin. Whoa. I like this wall. That looks cool. It's moving. So this was probably my favorite room in this place. The attention to detail and the amount of hours they must have spent on this one room alone. They had to spend hundreds of hours just in this room. This place probably took thousands of hours to build. All the details, all of these old TVs and radios and record players, all were cut out and made into dioramas, and each one had an individual funky little scene in it. And there was hundreds of them in here.
Keep going.
If you do go check this out, you can pay an extra like $2 and you get this card, and it's a QR thing, and it does an interactive story throughout the exhibit. And it's pretty neat, and it immerses you a lot more. Definitely worth it.
This zone is forbidden. The High Priestess commands you to stop.
All right, open it up. It's like a speakeasy.
Oh my gosh.
those rotate when you spin those things down there.
This place was really amazing, and I'm telling you, you have to check it out. This was definitely an awesome cherry on the top of our trip to Colorado.
Alright, we finally made it back to the airport. Airport breakfast. What you got? Yogurt? Got muffins, cold pressed coffee, and a cool view. Oh look, there goes the snowblower. You don't see that in Jacksonville.
And tighten the straps. Oxygen is flowing even if the bag does not inflate. Put your mask on before.
Doing a little de-icing on the planes before takeoff.
What do we got going on